Welcome to the Capital Exchange. I'm Steve Wilbur, Managing Director at Allen Capital Group.
And I'm Travis Portwood, Chief Investment Officer with Allen Capital Group.
Travis, Bernie Madoff just passed away at the age of 82. He couldn't serve his 150-year sentence that he had in front of him. Unfortunately, the guy is known for orchestrating one of the biggest Ponzi schemes on Wall Street.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, so let's talk about what a Ponzi scheme is and how people can avoid someone like a Bernie Madoff.
Yeah. So Ponzi schemes, Steve, are fraudulent investment scams that generate returns for the early investors by pulling money from the later investors. But the money's never really invested. To keep the fraud going, the scammer has to continually find new investors because they need their capital to come in to pay for the distributions of the earlier investors. 2008 disrupted this flow for Madoff because during the financial crisis, people didn't want to invest. He couldn't find any new investors.
Yeah.
At the same time, existing investors were panicking. They wanted their money back. He didn't have the money, and that exposed his fraud.
Yeah, so Travis, let's talk about the signs and things you should be looking for before you put your money with an advisor or you invest with an advisor. And they're red flags, right? I mean, that's really what we're looking for, or that's what people should be looking for, are the red flags.
Yes.
And so one of the biggest ones is promising high returns consistently with zero downside at all, right? And that's the biggest thing that they do need to look for. Investing in unregistered investments, investments that have not gone through the stringent requirements of being able to be registered as investments. And then finally, an unlicensed seller or an advisor that has not actually taken the tests he or she needs to take to actually be able to sell these types of investments.
Other signs I look for, Steve, are complex, secretive investments. If you cannot explain the investment in clear terms, big red flag. Inconsistent, error-prone statements. Solid custodians have solid reporting systems, issuing regular statements that are usually error-free. If that's not the case for you, red flag. If you have difficulty withdrawing your money under the stated terms of the investment, that's a big red flag. And last, unexpected fees that can't be explained, another red flag to watch out for.
Yeah, and in Allen Capital here, we only use recognizable custodians, and those custodians are like TD Ameritrade and Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab being one of the largest custodians out there. We are a non-proprietary firm, which means that we aren't incentivized to sell a particular investment or stock to someone because we get potentially paid more for that. And we act as fiduciaries for our clients, which means that we put our clients' interests first ahead of our own. And you would think that that's part of a pay-to-play. That's just what you should do as an advisor, but you and I both know that's not the case.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not the case, Steve. But to boil this all down, the bottom line, if the investment sounds too good to be true, high returns, consistently, with no risk, be skeptical. It most likely is too good to be true.
That's true. I agree, Travis. This has been great. I look forward to it next week.
I look forward to it as well.